Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 48.
On Now You Know. So the Hyperloop reaches a new top speed of 192 miles an hour.
All right, so let's be specific here because there are about to be a bunch of Hyperloop companies. This is Hyperloop 1.
Yes.
We've been talking about them quite a lot. About a week or two ago, they had another sort of test where they got to like 72 miles an hour.
That's right. It was the first full systems test of the Hyperloop in a vacuum environment last month.
Right.
Now they've gone and pushed further ahead. Let me read this statement from Shervin Pishvar, who is the executive chairman and co-founder of it. He said, "This is the beginning and the dawn of a new era of transportation. We've reached historic speeds of 310 kilometers an hour, and we're excited to finally show the world the XP1 going into the Hyperloop 1 tube. When you hear the sound of the Hyperloop 1, you hear the sound of the future."
Awesome. So, I mean, this is super fast.
Yes, and that's not even full speed. Full speed should be around 700 miles an hour.
Right. So, I mean, this is already faster than you'd want to be driving on a highway.
Yes.
Unless you're on the German Autobahn.
Look
even
how cool
then,
look how cool this is. I mean,
very cool.
Just compared to what we saw in May, in the May footage, we saw kind of a rudimentary whatever. This is the XP1 with lights and swooshy sounds. I mean, also, I want to point out, this is depressurizing the tube to 200,000 feet above sea level.
Wow. So, I mean, this is like if you took a plane all the way up to 200,000 feet. Usually you're not up that high.
No.
So the air is very thin, so you can zip through it much faster with less resistance.
Right,
because the whole point.
The whole point of this, right, because everyone was like, why don't you just make a train? Well, because train has to cut through air, and air has a lot of resistance.
It's like driving through soup.
Soup, right. Take out the soup, you can go faster.
Yeah.
Now, on a related story, Elon wants to build his own Hyperloop.
So this is why things can get confusing now, because there's going to be many different people making many different Hyperloops. So,
okay, so let's point a couple things out. First of all, this is conjecture. This is a story from Bloomberg, which cites a source close to Elon, but they don't tell us what that source is. So it could be that this is wrong. But if the source is right, it says that Elon wants to develop Hyperloop technology himself instead of waiting for other companies to do it. Now, let's remind ourselves, Elon proposed this new technology, which he called Hyperloop, in 2013. That's not that far ago. And he owns the trademark to it. So in April, he was granted the Hyperloop trademark. SpaceX owns that. He also owns @Hyperloop on Twitter, and he owns the website hyperloop.com.
Oh, okay,
Question was all along, why aren't you giving that up if these other companies are working on it? Now it turns out maybe that's why they're not giving it up, because he wants to work on it.
I have conjecture here.
Okay, conjecture.
All right, here's my thought. He was like, all right, I'm going to release this awesome idea into the wild, and people are going to go nuts with it. And then he waited, and then he waited, and then he waited, and he was like, this is taking too long. I can't wait this long. I have to do it myself.
No, you're probably right, but I'm pretty excited how fast it seems to be progressing. I mean, we've got the whole test track that Hyperloop 1 has in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but I mean, Elon Musk showed, at least for the Boring Company, showed a bunch of elevators bringing down cars, and we saw that like last week.
True.
Way ahead of when I thought I was going to be seeing elevators transporting cars down a shaft. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that he's just like bored.
Well, get this. SpaceX is planning on holding another Hyperloop competition later this month. So we're going to see a lot more cool Hyperloop stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Have you seen this yet, Jesse? The Model 3 has a motorized Chargeport door.
Nice. So, I mean, everyone was saying, oh, the Model 3 is going to be so cheap. They're going to, you're going to have to unscrew the door to open it. Like, you're going to have to you're going to have to hire someone to put it in a steering wheel because it won't ship with the steering wheel. They said, oh, you're going to have to connect up the battery terminals yourself.
They said all these things?
That's what I heard.
Wow.
But it turns out
it opens and closes.
It opens and closes all by itself.
Now, this could just be the premium version, because this is the premium version of the car. So we're not sure if the $35,000 base model will you'll have to get out and do it yourself.
I suppose. But my take on this is that why make two separate door opening mechanisms, having to put one in the car and then, oh, is this one a premium? It's not a premium. Okay, we have to put the other one in.
I don't know.
It seems like they really wanted to simplify.
What are your thoughts? I mean, do you think that this is going to be a base model without and a premium with? I don't know. check this out. Model 3, here is a UI mock-up that Andrew Goodlad made. Now, this isn't like you can operate the car or anything, but it's pretty cool. If you go to this website, you can play around with what it looks like the first version of the UI will look like. And I think he got this from looking at lots of videos of the Model 3 delivery event, which we were at. So you can click on all the different buttons to kind of get an idea of what the UI is going to look like. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it gives a good idea of what the center screen is going to look like.
You know, so you can practice before you get in the car, and then when you get in the car, you can seem like an expert. Like, oh, I know
when
what
you're
this
picking it up
does.
from the showroom, you can say, ha ha ha, let me boop, 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 boop.
So you know how France is banning diesel and gas vehicles in 2040?
Yes.
Well, the UK doesn't want to be a second seat to this. So they are also just passed a ban on diesel and gas vehicles in 2040. So that's all new diesel and petrol cars and vans will be banned in the UK in 2040 in a bid to tackle air pollution.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, this for all car manufacturers means you can't sell ICE cars forever.
Right.
Just wanted to let you know, just a little FYI.
Yeah.
If you want to sell in France and England, which are two pretty
big markets,
fairly big countries,
can't do it.
You can't do it.
Right. And I mean, get this. Air pollution is thought to be linked to about 40,000 premature deaths in the UK every year.
Wow.
The Environment, Food and Rural Affairs spokeswoman, Sue Heyman, who's an MP, said, with nearly 40 million people living in areas with illegal levels of air pollution, action is needed now, not in 23 years' time. I mean, yes, it's good that they're going to do this in 2040, but I think they need to do even more faster. All right, so we heard in the Q2 announcement from Tesla that solar roof is going on houses. And in fact, if you look here, this is Elon and JB's houses. We don't know which is which.
Yep.
And they actually have solar roofs on both their houses. These are non-photoshopped photos. These are legit photos.
Real photos. These are real houses that people live in with solar roofs on them, and they look fantastic.
And you can expect to pay $21.85 per square foot for a solar roof. That's not that expensive, especially when you consider that it comes with a lifetime of the house warranty and a 30-year power generation guarantee.
And that it will be generating power.
Yeah, it should basically pay for itself over the life of the roof.
Right, it's not going to sit on your roof and just slowly degrade and look worse and worse. It's going to, A, be glass, and it's going to last a really, really long time. And B, it's going to be making you money. It's going to be making electricity. It's going to be saving the environment. Whoa!
I know.
Awesome.
Here's two companies that I don't think really get it. Mazda and Toyota, they are, I think you could argue, the least invested in EV technology.
Yeah.
They finally announced that they want to build an EV factory in the US, and I guess they want to do it together.
I guess they're sort of like the two wimpy kids who don't want to jump into the pool, and finally they hold hands and then they say, okay, well, let's jump in.
Toyota confirmed that they have mutual investments and said they plan to have equal funding contributions on a new US plant with a capacity of 300,000 cars per year. And Toyota says it has aims to have cars on the market by 2020 that are EVs. Mazda says it has plans to go for a launch in 2019. I don't know what these cars are,
right,
but at least they say they have a plan.
Yeah, it's just sort of weird. I mean,
you got to build the factory. That's going to take a while.
I mean, everyone and their brother today, I mean, if you're a car manufacturer, is saying 2020, we're going to have an electric car.
It's going to be awesome.
Trust us, it's going to be great. It's the future. It's going to have all sorts of lights on it.
Where do you get the employees and the engineers and the designers who know how to do this stuff? I mean, they're all, I would think, be looking for jobs at Tesla. And
I mean, I have no idea, but I just, good luck, I guess.
The Model X has a price drop. So we talked about this, we hinted at this in our in-depth on Monday. Because Tesla has been able to get their margins higher and higher, they actually are either making more money on a car or they can pass those savings on to you, the buyer. And so Model X has a price drop of $3,000 on the Model X for the 5-seat configurator. The Model S has a starting price of $74,500. Elon mentioned this about a year or two ago, that he wanted the Model X to have a price $5,000 higher than the Model S.
Okay.
Up until now, that hasn't really been true.
Okay.
But today, it is true. For $79,500, the lowest price you can get a Model X, that's now exactly $5,000 more than a Model S. Wow. Also, what's interesting is they took $5,000 in premium packages and they rolled them into the price of the P100D, both the Model S and X. So basically, you're saving about $5,000 if you get the premium packages on those cars.
Wow, what a bargain.
So what they're doing is they're making the cars more efficiently and passing those savings on to you.
Wow.
Interesting stats here. I want to show this. So the Pew Research Center, which is a well-respected research institution, they show that 89% of Americans support solar.
Wow.
And this cuts across Republican, conservative, liberal, Democrat. Basically, Americans support solar.
Wow, that's a gigantic margin. I don't think you could get Americans to agree on anything that wide a margin.
What else could you get Americans to agree on that much? Like vanilla,
Coke, Pepsi,
vanilla ice cream.
Presidents? No.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
No.
So if you're a politician, read this.
89% people.
You should just go solar in all of your advertising, because that means everyone that you talk to is pretty much going to agree with you.
Yeah. You don't even have to choose a side. Just be, I'm a Solartarian.
Yeah, the only difference was, check out if you dived into the numbers, which I did here on the report, down south, the numbers show a way less strong support for solar than any other part of the country. So in the south, where you've got the sun, why aren't you supporting solar?
I don't know.
Come on. Let's get together here.
Yeah.
Jesse, did you know that you can drive the Model 3 on Mars?
Well, it's an electric car. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need any oxygen to operate. Mm-hmm. So, you could.
Yeah, so just tap on the T logo at the top of the display and the Easter egg menu pops up. You can choose to either drive your car on Mars, as we're seeing here. You can also choose to have a sketch pad open up so you can sketch things.
Oh, so wait, all of the Easter eggs on the Model S and X are going to be available on the 3?
Yeah. Isn't that pretty cool?
Cool. So I can draw a picture and send it to Elon.
That's right.
So wait, does that mean that this picture won't be portrait? It'll be landscape.
Ooh.
Ooh, interesting.
Very interesting.
So I can paint the beautiful landscapes that I'm seeing out of the cockpit of my car.
Exactly.
All right, so now it is time for our Patreon bonus story. If you are a Patreon, go over to patreon.com and you'll have a story waiting for you. If you aren't one of our Patreon supporters,
become one.
You can become one for as little as $1 a month, and you get sort of a little bonus story because maybe you're not sick of us like we are.
All right, so thank you so much, Patreon supporters. Every week, your support means so much to us, and this week we want to give a shout out to Joel Weber,
Istvan Zabo,
Glenn Mullet,
Tesla MS60,
and Mark Coffey.
Thank you so much for being our Patreon supporters. I can't stress enough how awesome it is to have Patreon supporters. We couldn't do the show without them. No. Honestly, we would have stopped doing the show a long time ago if we didn't have Patreon supporters.
It's true.
And we really need more in order to keep bringing you new and exciting and fun content. Because honestly, we're really busy people. We both have full-time jobs, and having to stop what we're doing every week and
fly to the Fremont factory, or we want to go cover the Tesla Semi event for you in September, and that's going to take money.
We have to buy plane tickets and stuff like that. Like, Tesla does not pay for plane tickets. No. They expect you to
until they come up with their Tesla plane, maybe.
Right, or Hyperloop. But so thank you so much for being Patreon supporters, the people we just mentioned, and for the rest of you, definitely go check out that bonus story on patreon.com.
All right, now every week we love to read our viewer comments, and this week we read this one from, you know what? Let's use this app that we have. This is an app that's not a Brent and Bobby app.
Oh, you installed this one on my phone this week.
Yeah, this is a new app because Bobby's on vacation, so this is the Lonely Brent app.
The Lonely Brent app?
Yes, so Lonely Brent.
Search Lonely Brent, okay.
Yep, and Lonely Brent is going to be reading our viewer comment.
Okay. This week's comment comes from Tech Gaming, and they say, "Stop switching places, please. It's so cold here."
Okay, Tech Gaming.
All right, fine. Well, that's you.
Okay.
Wait, what? I can't handle this, Jesse.
I
where do I look? What's going on?
Well,
this is too hard. I can't every week.
Sorry, everybody. We're not always going to be sitting in the same places every week. We're not always going to be in the same place every week. We might not even be in the same car.
What?
Things always are going to be different. This is a chaotic universe.
The world changes?
Yes, it's going to be different. You're just going to have to get used to it. Speaking of different and changes in the world.
Okay.
Differences in the world.
I don't want to talk about change. I don't like it.
What about new superchargers.
I do like that.
All right, well, let's talk about those.
All right.
We have some new superchargers coming into the world. They're being constructed.
Wait, and you know, we talked about this last week. I think someone mentioned on our comments that China can't see our YouTube.
No, that's mostly true, but it's not completely true.
Check this out.
Yeah.
Hi, Zach, Jesse. You guys asked for it, so here it is. A supercharger review from China. So this is a supercharger station in Shanghai, and it's the Ganghui Henlong Plaza in Shijiahui area. And it is a 2-stall right beside a Tesla showcase room, which is right there. And it is smack in the middle of the area, so it has thousands and thousands of eating options all around. And Shijiahui is one of the biggest shopping districts. So I will give it 7 spring rolls out of 10. This is another supercharging station, which is right around the corner from the other one. Literally about 50 feet. And this is a 6-stall in front of the Henlong Plaza. And as you can see, it is right in the shopping district. And you have more than like 5 or 6 malls around the area. So I will give this 9 pork buns out of 10 because it has much more space. And it's under the shade, which is really important in the summer.
Whoa,
yeah,
that's awesome. The first I've seen of actual live footage of Chinese superchargers. If you are in China, please send us more. This is awesome.
And if you're in any part of the world, really, it's awesome to see superchargers. Also, destination chargers. I mean, we're talking about any place that you can charge your Tesla, basically.
Yeah, remember that you can send us reviews. So just shoot it in landscape mode.
Yep.
Make it as short, as sweet as possible, 20 seconds or so. Tell us about what you see there, what kind of amenities.
Right.
Send us the
So
YouTube link.
Go to our Facebook page and send us a message. That way we can message you back, and there won't be people in the comments saying, because that's what the comment section are for, apparently. So anyway, thank you so much for everyone who sent in reviews. If you want to send in reviews, just make sure that they're landscape and short.
All right, so permitted this week in
Linz, Germany.
And that's the only one permitted, but there are a bunch in construction. So construction in
Sacramento, California.
Palmy, Italy.
Brescia, Italy.
Scotch Corner, UK.
Hermitage, Pennsylvania.
And open this week, number 921 in the world and number 323 in Europe is the 2-stall in
Murano, Calabro, Italy. So wow, this looks like you could get practically to Sicily.
Yeah, this is almost down to the boot. Number 922 in the world and 831 in the USA is the 8-stall in
Falls Creek, Pennsylvania.
Now here's an exciting one. Number 923 in the world and number 3 in Taiwan is
an 8-stall in Tashuang, Shizhang in Taiwan. So if you look at this one, you can actually get basically to anywhere in Taiwan.
Yeah, I think Taiwan is covered now.
Yeah, totally covered. We don't need any more.
Yeah, we're done.
So this is 924 in the world and 13 in just Shanghai.
What, in just the city?
Just in Shanghai. This is a 10-stall in Shanghai. It's at the Wanchuang Center in China.
Wow. The 6-stall in Taiwan, Haiyu, China.
The 6-stall in Zhangjiakou, Shangdabao, China.
In Qingdao, Xingde, China.
And a 6-stall in Maoming, Dongyang Hotel, China.
And a 6-stall in Hengyang Linyin Hotel, China.
A 4-stall in Yibin City, Celebrity Hotel, China.
And get this, the 14th supercharger in Shanghai, the 6-stall in Shangfang Joy City, Shanghai, China.
Wow, there are a lot that go up in China, and we don't get the permits or the construction data for them. We only know when they're built.
Right.
Thank goodness, because we would have to say them like week after week. We would get good at them, but there's no way that we are ever going to get good at pronouncing these. We're so sorry to everyone who lives in China because we cannot pronounce those very well at all.
But we try.
We do try.
I want to mention to everyone out there who's thinking about getting a Model S and X that you can use our referral code if you're our friend. So just message us on Facebook and we'll be friends, I'm sure, because we all love Teslas.
Yep.
And then with our referral code, what can you get, Jesse?
Well, you can get $1,000 off of your purchase.
Nice.
You can get unlimited supercharging
for
life of the car.
That's pretty cool, but I have something even cooler. And it's only us that's offering this.
So Tesla doesn't offer what you're about to offer?
No. This is only because I'm crazy.
Okay, what is it?
Well, you've heard about the next generation Roadster that our referrals help us to get that.
Yeah.
So basically with 50 referrals, we get a free next generation Roadster. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we drove to everyone's house in the continental US who helped us to get this Roadster and gave them a test ride? Does that sound like a great idea?
That sounds like a crazy idea.
It is crazy, but I'm crazy like a fox.
Or just crazy.
Or just crazy.
Anyway, we're going to have to do this because it's on YouTube.
Right.
And if you actually read the contracts of YouTube, it says if you say that you're going to do anything on YouTube, that you have to do it.
Right. So how cool is this? We're going to probably get one of the first next-gen Roadsters. We're going to show up at your house, go for a test ride, maybe go get some dinner, have a nice tea.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, you and Zach probably will. I'm going to have to stand on your lawn because it's only a 2-seater. So,
Well, maybe I'll stand on the lawn and you take them for a ride.
okay. Or, I mean, I could probably sit on the back.
Maybe we'll strap you to the back.
Yeah. We'll figure something out. We'll get a trailer. But no, we'll probably, if we think about it, we'll probably be bringing Brent and Bobby
Oh, yeah.
a Model 3 and a Model X.
Right,
So,
we'll have like a cool chain of cars.
right. I mean, you'll have a Model X or a Model S.
Oh, that's true,
But we'll
too.
bring the other one. We'll bring a 3.
Yeah, we'll film it.
We'll basically have a Tesla showroom
Parade.
in your driveway.
Yeah.
So that would be really cool. If you're thinking about buying a Model S or X, I mean,
Message
you're not
us.
going to get a better offer than that.
I don't think so.
All right.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
watching.
so much for watching. I just want to mention one past video that we've done that
Oh, yeah.
you might not have heard about.
What's that?
So the video that I want to talk about is Evil Valet, is what we call it.
Oh, I remember that one.
So basically, what happens when you put your Tesla in valet mode? Because I mean, maybe you don't have all the time to put it in valet mode. I mean, it makes you go slow. But how slow does it make your car go?
And
How much fun is a valet going to have if he wants to take it for a joyride?
Right.
And what are some of the other things that might happen? You can find all that
We
out.
found an evil valet.
Yes, and you can find it all out on our video. So go search our channel for that. If you liked it while you're there, subscribe to our channel because there's plenty of videos like that.
We need you to subscribe.
Yeah, and we're going to be coming up with tons of new content as the Model 3 rolls out. We're going to get one. We're going to probably get 2 eventually because, I mean, heck, I want that car and my mom wants that car and my grandmother wants that car. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people driving Model 3s in our family and you're probably going to want to see that. So definitely subscribe. Also like this video. It's going to share it with somebody random in the world because YouTube will say, oh, people like this video. Maybe we should have other people look at it.
That's right.
If you know people,
You know people?
you might know people. I think there's something like 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Send it to somebody.
That's right.
I mean,
Share
maybe they didn't know
Right.
about one thing in this video
Right.
and they'll learn. So thank you so much for watching. Now you know.